Hey everybody, welcome to day 267 of the Daily Stoic. All right, here's the quote for the day, all right? Being unexpected adds to the weight of a disaster, and being a surprise has never failed to increase a person's pain. For that reason, nothing should ever be unexpected by us. Our mind should be set out in advance to all things, and we shouldn't just consider the normal course of things, but what could actually happen. For this, is there anything, in life that fortune won't knock off its high horse if it pleases her? Seneca. So, I was thinking about this today, and what kept coming back to me was a lot of times in life, we don't look at the other side of the coin, right? We look at one side of the coin, and maybe we don't even realize initially that it's a coin that we're holding in our hand. There's two sides to it. There's two sides to everything, really. There's always a good and bad. There's, good and evil. It's just, there's always two sides of things. Like if you hear a story or a news report or gossip about somebody that you know, there's always one side and another side. And whether we choose to hear both sides now is something totally different, but there always is another side. And so what kept coming back to me today was, while I was reading this quote and I kept thinking about it, and I had read what Ryan Holiday had written here, was like a lot of times a charity, right? When people a lot of times give to a charity and, they think, oh, well, that was really nice of me to give to the charity, or I did a really good thing there, or, should I give to the charity? Should I not give to the charity? Those types of things. Those are the questions that go through people's minds, right? But I think if you stopped and looked at that and looked at it on the other side of the coin, that decision might be a little easier for you to make, right? Because if you thought about the other side of the coin is, what if I needed this charity? What if sometime down the road I needed this help? Would I not want this help to be here for me? And I think a lot of times in life, if we just kind of stopped and looked at the other side of the coin, some of our decisions in life would be a little bit easier, especially even if we have to apply it to ourselves, right? So let's take, for instance, gossip, right? So we hear gossip about someone, right? From one person. Do we choose to believe that from that one person? Or do we go to the person themselves and say, hey, listen, this is what I heard. What's the real story? Now, sometimes that's not advantageous, right, for us to do. Sometimes we shouldn't stick our nose in other people's business, right? And that's maybe the best policy to do, especially with gossip. But at the same time, to prove my point, there's two sides to every story, right? And if someone was gossiping about you, would you not want someone to come to you and say, hey, this is what I heard. Is this true? Is this the real case? Or, I myself, I would think that if someone was gossiping about me, I'd like to know. It doesn't necessarily mean that I can change it. It doesn't necessarily mean that I can do anything about it. But I'd still like to know. Because maybe, just maybe, they have a point. Maybe there is something that I'm doing wrong that maybe people don't want to tell me about that, maybe I do need to make a change. So anyway, I think really what this quote means to me, to sum it up, is that there's two sides to every story, right? And so don't expect one without the other, because you're holding the coin in your hand. It's got two sides. It's got two sides to every coin, two sides to every situation, two sides to every story, two sides to every, pretty much everything that you do. There's two sides to it. So always try to look at both sides before you make a decision. That's what I think this quote means to me. I'd love to hear what this quote means to you, so please take a few minutes to read it, think about it, ponder it. Leave your thoughts and comments below this video and let you and I have a conversation about it. All right? I hope that you have a great rest of your day, and let's all strive harder each and every day to live our lives more like the great Stoics we're learning about this year.